I want to talk about toxic mothers and mother-in-laws and how these women can have a very negative effect on our interpersonal relationships as well as our romantic relationships. Toxic mother-in-laws and mothers can be very detrimental to the foundation and the dynamic of relationships. As we can see in this movie, Monster-in-Law, the relationship that Jennifer Lopez had with her mother-in-law was very traumatic. It was very toxic, and it was filled with competition, negativity, and triangulation. A lot of mothers that tend to have emotional incestual relationships with their sons or daughters tend to be very overbearing. These mothers are very chaotic in nature, and they always are victims in every scenario that they create. This movie did a really good job at highlighting how the relationship between mothers can be very toxic with their children. When you're in a relationship where a man is unwilling to come to terms with the fact that his mother is overbearing, or his family is always in his business trying to manipulate and control every scenario, it's very difficult to have a healthy, lasting relationship, because a lot of the times this man or woman in your life will be in denial of how their family is impacting your relationship. And a lot of the times these relationships can become very tumultuous because that man or woman is unwilling to do the inner work. The inner work looks like them actually taking the initiative to set boundaries with their family and not allowing people in their lives to control and manipulate their partnerships. But a lot of the times when you are dealing with these mama boys or these women that are so tightly intertwined with their mother, it's very difficult to break that bond or connection in order for them to see through the illusions that their parents are casting onto them. These mothers will be very great at manipulating the people around them, especially people in their family and their children. These mothers tend to be the type of mothers that like for everything to look good on the outside when it comes to their family. So a lot of the times when you're dealing with a narcissistic mother or female, this is the type of woman that wants everything to look peachy cream to everyone on the outside. Whereas on the inside, everyone is fighting. There's so much competition, and the family dynamic is suffering because of her toxicity. Mothers that come from a low-income family tend to be even harder on their children, especially when their children become successful. They feel as if they can be in charge of their children's finances and their children's personal matters. And a lot of the times this ends up with the mothers trying to literally dictate every single thing that their son or daughter does. These mothers also have an underlying symptom of emotional incest. These are the type of women that will be in relationships with their son, and they will treat their son as if their son is their partner. They will coddle their son. They will sit there and let their son manipulate situations. They won't take up for their son's partner. They will manipulate for their son. They'll lie for their son. These are the type of women that see their son as an extension of themselves, and they will put themselves between the relationship that the son has with his wife or girlfriend because they feel like they are in competition with said wife or girlfriend. One thing that I really liked about this movie is that it really highlighted how this is a generational curse between all mothers. The antagonist had an issue with her own mother-in-law, and I felt like it really reflected in the way that she treated her daughter-in-law in this movie. We see at the end when they're having the actual wedding that the son, his grandmother, was completely against his mom's marriage. And I feel like in this movie, that's a direct reflection of a generational curse that wasn't broken, because in doing so, she continued the generational curse with fighting with her daughter-in-law. She continued the generational curse by not trying to make amends and trying to, clear the air so that all generations can have peace. Because at the end of the day, a lot of this was stemming from these women all having animosity and anger towards themselves and each other. So I just thought it was very interesting how they brought in the grandma. I feel like the grandma was the missing piece to the story, because then we see why Viola is so angry, why she is so distraught when it comes to her realizing or having this realization that she might lose her son to this beautiful minority woman. And it just shows that a lot of the animosity that all of these women had towards each other stems from their fear of abandonment. And I feel like this ending was the perfect wrap up for the whole entire movie, because it really highlighted why these generational curses still exist within these family dynamics. Have you guys seen this movie? Did it resonate? Make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And if it resonated, let me know down in the comment section below. Do you have a crazy mother-in-law? Do you have a crazy mother?